Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jonathan, and welcome back to the Pack Talk. In this episode of going over teams for the 22 NFL season, we're going to go over two M teams. Two M teams. We got the Miami Dolphins and the Minnesota Vikings. So it should be a fairly short video, just two teams here. At quarterback, the Dolphins have Tua Tagovailoa. That's who we're going to start with. Because that's in alphabetical order again. So we got Tua Tagovailoa, and then we got Teddy Bridgewater back up. I expect Tua to have a fairly decent year this year. Now, this is going to be his first year where he really has control of this team. This is his team, so this is his prove-it year to go out there and lead this team. I think this team could be a borderline playoff team if everything goes right. However, the running backs do suffer. They only have Chase Edmonds, they have Raheem Mostert, and Myles Gaskin at running back. Myles Gaskin was the running back one for a couple years there, but he's now fallen victim to two running backs they are better than him. Chase Edmonds from the Cardinals, Raheem Mostert from the 49ers. Raheem Mostert, I think, should be the running back two for sure, if not the running back one. He had flashes in San Francisco, especially in the NFC Championship game that I still dread to this day against the Packers, where he ran for over 200 yards, in 4 touchdowns. He's very capable of a running back one, I think. I don't know why a lot of teams sleep on him. The Dolphins picked up Tyreek Hill from the Chiefs. Big pickup. It's going to be a very good asset to Tua Tagovailoa, I feel. Going to help him develop as a quarterback for sure. Tua's got an arm, and, Tyreek is as good as his speed allows him to. Once Tyreek, I feel, loses some speed with age, he's not going to be that good of a wide receiver, but, he's still got it right now. All credit to him, and like I say, he's going to help Tua a lot this year. Then you got Jalen Waddle, the wide receiver two, who was the wide receiver one last year. He did, fairly decent for a young wide receiver in this league. Now he's a pretty bona fide wide receiver two now. Then you got Cedric Wilson Jr., a wide receiver three, who's pretty decent three in my opinion. Tight end, they got Mike Gesicki. Good tight end. Maybe just outside top 10, but he's good tight end. I'd like to have him. And then Jason Sanders, that kicker, former Philly kicker. On defense, this is where the question is for sure, besides running back, is this defense going to take a step forward? They were really surprisingly good 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. Kind of fell off last year a little bit. Now can they get back on track again? They have Melvin Ingram, they have Jerome Baker, they have Jalen Phillips, they have Xavier Howard, Javon Holland, and Trey Flowers, who was a pickup from the Lions, who, all that really fills the middle of that defense. Middle's not the problem, it's kind of the outside. Like I said, the only good corner is Xavier Howard, and he can't do everything. So can this defense be surprising? Get them over a 500 hump here, get to 10-7 maybe. They could very well do that, I think, with this team. And especially if Tua takes a big step with this new head coach. Top 3, I would say Tyreek Hill for sure. Then Tua, since I think Tua's going to have a good year, I wouldn't mind having him if you've waited so long, because I know Tua's going to be there late. If you waited so long, then for sure pick him up as your bench. Even as a starter, pick him up. Jalen Waddle would be my third choice. They just don't have a lot of options. I don't really trust the running back core, even though I talked highly of those, of those running backs, especially Raheem Mostert. I don't know if I want to trust them. Running back by committee could be very tricky in fantasy. So Jalen Waddle is the safest choice in the top 3 scenario. Notable, Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki is a good tight end. Could get you productive points in fantasy for sure. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Minnesota Vikings, the other M team here. They got Kirk Cousins at quarterback and Nick Mullins. Kirk Cousins is right there. He's been decent. I've been a Kirk Cousins hater mostly, but for the last like 3 years, he's been fairly solid. It's this Minnesota Vikings team that has let him down, in my opinion. He's throwing for over 4,000 yards. He's got the touchdowns. It's just, can the rest of the team perform for him? And he's going to perform again. He's got the weapons. He's got the running backs. He's got this team's got everything. It's just, can they put it together? And I know I'm a Packers fan, but like I said in the previous video, I am a realist. And I don't see how the Vikings don't win the North. They're just fairly better on all cylinders than the Packers and the Lions and the Bears. Um, Not better at quarterback, no. Maybe better at running back. Aaron Jones is pretty close, I think. But Dalvin Cook, I'd take over Aaron Jones, even though I think Aaron Jones is going to get a heavier workload. Um, Justin Jefferson for sure is the best wide receiver in that division now. I'd even pick Amon-Ra St. Brown on the Lions over what Green Bay has. Uh, Adam Thielen's a better wide receiver too. KJ Osborne, maybe not. I don't know. But, I'm basically going over the team right now. So, yeah. At backup running back, they have Alexander Madison. And then worth noting, they picked up Jalen Reagor, which is kind of funny because, there was that viral video where the Minnesota front office was laughing at the Eagles' pick of him over Justin Jefferson. Now they have both. So, it's going to be interesting how they coincide together here. At tight end, they have Irv Smith Jr., and then a kicker with Greg Joseph, who was kind of the surprise kicker. I had him on my fantasy team. He was the top 5 kicker. He was very reliable from anywhere. He missed a couple. He's reliable but frustrating, I think, for sure, and he's probably going to do that again for anybody who drafts him. Again, this team has everything. Like, on defense, they have names that are very big. They picked up Zadarius Smith for linebacker purposes. They have Eric Kendricks already. They have Jordan Hicks. They have Patrick Peterson. They have Harrison Smith. All middle to outside guys that can definitely perform. And I think this team knows it. I think the Vikings now know it, that this is like their best shot, I think, until maybe Aaron Rodgers and company get their mesh going and get the playbook right. And Aaron Rodgers has problems trusting new people. I get that. So, like, it's going to take a year. This is the year for the Vikings to finally win the division, where Aaron Rodgers is, not hurt. But moving on, we got top 3 fantasy picks. Dalvin Cook for sure would be my top choice. Then you got Justin Jefferson. I would even pick Kirk Cousins. I would be fine with him in my QB1 slot. Notable. Got a couple notables here, all very willing and fitting, I think, for your team. Adam Thielen for sure, flex wide receiver 2 would be fine. Vikings defense, like I said, they're gonna feed off that energy, knowing they have a chance to win a division for once, and they're gonna be a good defense, I think. And then Greg Joseph, like I said, frustrating but reliable. He can get you good distance points for sure, being a good kicker. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning into this video. We're going to keep moving on here. We only have a couple teams left. Hopefully I can get that in before the season starts. I'll see you guys in the next one.